Welcome in. Stick around. What's your name? You're the first one here. Just started. Welcome in. Stanley. Waddy. Reflux. Be the one. Les. User JBP. Alina Coogan. G Harper. User 4000. NW 1978. Glacian Booth. Titos. What's your names? Get in the comments. Everybody will be here soon. I do these videos the same time every day. I was a homeless drug addict. I was intravenously addicted to meth and heroin, and I changed my life using neuroscience, personal growth, epigenetics, if you will, because I changed people in places and things. No, I don't. I wear contacts, but they're not colored, if that's what you're asking. Welcome in, Liz. What's up, Big Mo? How doing, bro? You haven't joined the WhatsApp group yet, have you? You should be in there, man. You guys, we're building a community. This is a recovery community you're about to be a part of, but we recover a different way. It's a more permanent solution. I show you how to rewire your mind. We use a 9-step system. Actually, 3 aspects of 9. And the book has a 6-part. It's a 6-part book that I'm writing. So 3s, 6s, and 9s. And you know, 9's a special number. If you add 9 to it's 1, it's 1. And then 9 plus 2 is 2, and 9 plus 3, 12, but it's 3, and 9 plus 4, it's 13, but it's 4. All the way up, it's a very special number. It's the shape of your galaxies, the number 9. You could say I'm a little obsessive about it, but it's the last complete number, and in numerology, it symbolizes completion. Instead of a cycle, which is 12. Your calendar system is a cycle. Your clock is a cycle. The zodiac signs are a cycle. And 12 steps seem to be a cycle. 5% success rate. If your car only got you to your destination 5% of the time, would you keep the car? If your friends only supported you 5% of the time, would they be your friends? See where I'm getting with this? That's indoctrinated dogma because they're not changing it because of tradition. But it's in the Library of Congress. This book is founded on 12 traditions. And this book is in the Library of Congress. Wait a minute. Wrong page? Sorry. Wrong page. Schmickety. Library of Congress. Let's talk about that really quick. Anybody there want to say anything about that? Am I the only one that's got a feeling in my chest that this is being used against us? They let the drugs in the country, okay? Doctors in the 80s they were taught in medical school to prescribe as much opiates as possible. They created the monster, named it addiction, outlawed alcohol. The recession hit. Everybody started drinking. Then it's even easier to create a big bad boogeyman called alcoholism and addiction. Treatment is a lifelong industry. And I will work my entire life to demolish it. It should not be an industry. There should be cure for ills. Cure for ills. That's it. What's your ill? Here's the cure. Sell the cure, not the treatment. They program belief. Before we dive into today's lesson, I just want to make sure everyone's going to stick around to learn something new. I've got you a better process. Step 1, I am powerless over my addiction and my life is unmanageable. Or step 1, I willingly commit to the daily pursuit of my own personal development, mental fortitude, spiritual growth, and emotional intelligence. I choose that one, not the latter. I'm not going to admit I'm powerless. We're the most powerful race, species on the face of the planet. What is the cure for chronic pain? I don't have all the answers to that. My mom is in pain. If I knew that, I wouldn't let my mom stay in pain. She's in chronic pain, but she's an amputee. She has phantom pain. She's got no shoulders. She's had all kinds of surgeries. I will tell you this: inflammation is a big factor. So your diet, consuming enough water, exercise, muscle atrophy is real. So you can either suffer because of the pain of muscle atrophy, which is painful, or you can suffer because of you're going to train your muscles and keep them strong. And so you should never use I'm in pain and don't want to go to the gym or don't want to exercise. You should never use that excuse. I could say that. My mom's in a wheelchair and I just took her to the gym for the first time today. Like she didn't want anybody to stare at her, but she's past that now because of these guys. Because of these. Join my WhatsApp group, and I can teach you some things. Destaroni. You guys are all new here. Let me share this to the WhatsApp group real quick. If the screen pauses, I'm sorry. Oops. I do this every day because I'm building the community. My life's purpose is to end homelessness and provide a permanent solution to addiction. Neuroscience proves the disease model for addiction false. So let me show you what I'm talking about. What's fishy? Well, this is written by an anonymous group of people. How do you know that? Well, they tell you right here in the beginning. Because of this... Hang on. Sorry. It is important that we remain anonymous because we are too few. This is in the 30s, so you're not too few anymore. Time to change? Or come out of the... no. Big reason for that. At present, we're too few at present to handle the overwhelming number of personal appeals. Bullshit. Okay, so what happens here? This book is written in third and first person, meaning you say I and we. And this stuff is written on laminated note cards. When you go into a meeting and go to 90 meetings a day in 90 days, or you get sentenced to treatment and you got to go 28 days in rehab where they have you go to 3 meetings a day every single day. First, they get this doctor. Notice how it says, at our request. I wonder if that was by gunpoint. Because I know Bill Wilson had good intentions. And if he would have been able to teach what he wanted to teach, which during the time was very, very illegal, the belladonna. I mean, come on, put the clues together. You can't tell them that you had a spiritual awakening because of a psychedelic experience. You have to lie to them and say it was because of these 12 cyclic steps. 12. Doze in. Dozen. Go to sleep. Forget your power. And these 2 steps help you to do that. So you read closely at the letter. And you know that impressing is done upon the subconscious mind. You, the consciousness, impress ideas upon your subconscious mind. And that part of you makes it a reality. It also involves your habits. So conceptions, like, they're very clever. Impressing upon them that they must do likewise. This is a doctor. So they can. You don't trust it. Comment down below. Would you trust an anonymous group of people when they're giving you their beliefs about how to recover from addiction? Would you? I wouldn't. I wouldn't trust anything anyone says unless I know that, like, unless I can look them up. There's just if somebody wants to remain anonymous, unless the wisdom is, like, apparent, then, and for the good, then I wouldn't listen to it. If it's a wise statement written by anonymous, I accept it. But not when it says things like, the body of an alcoholic is quite abnormal as his mind. Because they're defining you as an alcoholic, an addict. And then you say that at every meeting. You introduce yourself using an I am statement to say, hi everybody, my name's Danny and I'm an addict. I'm an alcoholic. And you keep that identity and you keep the key tag, and that anchors you to the last time you took a drink or the last time that you used. But see, all this is validation. They probably held the gun to the doctor and said, write this fucking letter, and so he wrote it. Morning, good morning, Diamond Dave. Welcome in. Reply to the adverse effects of belladonna. I don't know about all that. But they keep themselves anonymous, and then so in order to do that, get you to listen, they have to validate their opinion with a doctor. If you study neuroscience for 1 hour and you read the basic principles of Hebb's law and the truth about how our body forms, our mind and our body is connected and it forms habits, you will know beyond a shadow of a doubt why you're an addict and how to change it. It's just uncomfortable. Here, I'll give you a quick exercise, just if anybody's curious. What hand do you write with? All right, I'm left-handed. I know it looks like the right hand, but it's my left hand. And so this is how I hold the pen. I can write any way I want to. I can write with my eyes closed. I can write upside down at an angle. You? How many times have you written with this hand? Over and over and over all your entire life, right? So just put the pen in the other hand. Unless you're 1% of the world that's ambidextrous, you're going to notice that you're not even fucking holding it right. And that you might have to remind your other hand what it looks like to hold this pen. And then you're going to see just how uncomfortable it is when you go to try to write your name, and you're going to realize, ding, 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 ding. That's why it's so uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. It sucks. But 2 months of changing habits and replacing habits. Like me, 4 a.m. meth addiction. Guess what? No meth, 4 a.m. gym habit. In bed by 9 o'clock, up by 4, gym. It worked. Fitness is like a gateway to personal growth in all areas. Ain't nobody on TikTok on Wednesdays, man. It's crazy. Maybe I'm early. Been having an audience of like 20, so when it dies down, it's like, what are you doing? The ego tries to like, doing something wrong. Let's turn that all the way off, because I want to use this next stuff. So we've been going over the predicates of willpower. There's 9 of them. And for those of you that are new, if you've missed any of this, what's up, Fuzz Bumper? Jimmy, welcome in, brother. Time Machine, welcome in. Thank you for the likes. If you've been here before, we've been going over the 9 predicates of willpower. What's up, Matthew? The 9 predicates of willpower are the practical aspect of the complete recovery blueprint. That's what we teach here. Wrong arm. That's what we teach here at Co-Create Oneness. You got to get practical. You got to reprogram your thinking. You got to set some goals. And then you got to follow the blueprint, which is 9 steps. These 9 predicates of willpower are how you practice willpower in order so that you always have it. Willpower is combines 2 words. One is will and one is power, and they both have a noun form and a verb form. So, since the dictionary, let me make sure that I'm trying to memorize this. Also, this is my habit building. I've been doing this every day for 3 years, so you can go back to my previous content, go to my other account, and see when my hair was short and see how long I've been doing this. You can watch my growth if you're just curious. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm getting better and better and better at it to where now the group's growing. People are inspired enough to actually do the same things I'm doing so that they experience the same results. It's working for them. So I knew it would work. I know that science trumps dogma. And I wouldn't and they told me to stop sharing the science in the meetings. And when they said that, I was like, fuck you. I was just like, what? And then they said, you'll be back, because we got heated, and they'll be like, you'll be back here and you're going to kill somebody talking like that. No fucking not. Nothing trumps free will, motherfucker. The fuck are you talking about? TikTok, don't get confused. I'm not being hateful to anyone. TikTok bots are always watching me, I feel like. Nothing trumps human power. Everything in your world was built by a human. What's that make you? God! You're the higher power! Or if you want to say, you're connected to the higher power. Your heart beats on its own, does it not? You take in-breath and out-breath on your own, without thinking about it, right? That's the law of fucking rhythm. Inflow and outflow. The all in the all. Let's go over that real quick. What I got here is something you need to study, because this little book right here uses this against you, because it's only communicated to the initiated. Let me give you a little excerpt out of it. How do you know it's only communicated to the initiated? It says that this book finds you, the seeker. Hang on, I'll give it to you. Where fall the footsteps of the master, the ears of those ready for his teaching open wide. The master is inside of your chest. When the ears of the student are ready to hear, then cometh the lips of to fill them with wisdom. Meaning, you're not going to hear it until you're ready to hear it. Are you ever going to be ready to hear it? Yes. Everyone goes through a phase in life where you're like, fuck. It's either now or fucking never. The longer you wait to start growing and evolving yourself, you're just carrying a backpack around with you and filling it full of garbage. More weight, more fucking stress, more financial burden, until you start working in the 8 areas of the wheel of life and start actually applying personal growth in all aspects and all categories of life on earth. You're going to regret it when you get to your deathbed. While all is in the all, it is equally true that the all is in all. To him who truly understands this truth have come great knowledge. The Kabbalion. This is deep, dude. I'm not going to read the whole book to you, but I encourage you to go get this book. You can read it for free online because it's in the public domain. It was written in 1908. The Kabbalion by the 3 Initiates. I haven't even read the Emerald Tablet of Hermes. I thought that was a myth, so I'm really excited to get into that. But I know that the Templars used Hermetic teachings in a secret order. That's just a feeling inside my chest. And I know that they have connections to the Freemasons, and I know that the Freemasons built the Library of Congress, and I know that this book is in the Library of Congress, and I know that there is a power system inside of this world that tries to keep, they've built a hierarchy. And if you believe a certain way, like i.e. you have to work to make a living, or you have to have something greater than yourself to recover from addiction. If you believe that way, you're not going to find your passion, fulfill your purpose, choose and fulfill your purpose. You're not going to do any of that. You're going to stay a sheep. If I can live under a bridge as a foundation repair foreman with a drug problem, spending all my money, and choose to leave the career behind, take all of my shit in my car that barely ran, fly a sign for 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks. I flew a sign and got enough money, and I left where I was living, Memphis, to start a new life. And it sucked at first. And I'll be very vulnerably honest. It took my mom selling her house and moving here so that I could continue to take care of her, because she wasn't taking good care of herself because she's an amputee. It took that, or I wouldn't have I wouldn't be where I'm at now. I have my own place now. She lives with me. I pay all the bills. It's great, but it wouldn't have been there. Wouldn't have got here if it wasn't for that instance. The universe is working for you, not against you. Do you live in a friendly or a hostile universe? Do you LIVE or do you EVIL? I think the entire world is awesome. I think that we all need to realize that heaven is created when we stop war and we stop fighting and we work together. That takes emotional intelligence. That's part of this system. 9 predicates of willpower. So if you're new here, understand that we've been going over this for like 9 days. The previous episodes are on my YouTube, and you can find that on my TikTok profile. Click the little YouTube logo. We're on Predicate 7 today. I'm going to give them to you really quick. So if you're taking notes, you can write them down, and you can start applying this stuff to your life. I give you permission to share it with anybody. Nobody's going to be able to write the book that I'm writing. So if anybody tried to take my shit, it'd be like, I've got so many timestamps and fucking references to me having wrote this before you. So it would be pretty stupid. But yeah, you can share it with anyone. I want it to help people because it does. It's actually a 9-week coaching program that I teach, that I'm giving away for free, because that's what you get when you come here to watch me live. It's like I've understood how to provide value and market my value and put it. You can learn the same, especially if you're my age. If you're 35 or older, if you're 25 or older, you've got some skills and some things you can teach other people. You've got some value you can provide somewhere. We just got to work together to find it. So, today, the 7th predicate. Oh yeah, I was giving them to you really quick. Welcome in, Coach. So, write willpower down. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Jimmy. We followed each other yet? No. Jimmy, put you a bio in your account, because the universe will give you more of what you focus on. So take something you love and something you're passionate about, and create a 150 character sentence and put it in your bio. Because every time you go to your TikTok profile, you'll see that. The universe lives within you. It's the subjective. Oh, I can start a new live goal? Hey, that's a good idea. I ought to start utilizing that. Yeah, dude. The universe will give you more of what you focus on, bro. Check my texts. Okay, be right back. Hang on, I can do it from here. I got a tablet. Hey. Hey. Looky there, dude. Look at you, coach. Cool. Tanya, welcome in. Get your notebook, get your pen, get your pad, write willpower, going down. First predicate is willingness. The second predicate is imagination. The third predicate is language. The fourth predicate is leverage. The fifth predicate is programs. The sixth predicate is order. Seventh predicate is work ethic. The eighth predicate is emotional intelligence. And the ninth predicate is ritual. We've gone over the last six. Those are on my YouTube channel. Check them out. They're not labeled, but I'll go through and label them. I was in a hurry when I was uploading. Today we're talking about the seventh predicate, which is work ethic. Welcome in, Stacy. I'm so glad that you could join us. Didn't even see your comments come in. TikTok's so slow sometimes. I feel like y'all comment and then it don't come in for like 5 minutes. Or maybe it's just my brain lag. I'm 42. I want to help people and I'm trying to find the path. You're here. You're here. You found it. It's easy. Continue to be you, Stacy, because you already provide tons of love and support inside of this chat every time I'm live. Didn't you just join the WhatsApp group? If your aspiration is to be a coach and help people and make money doing that, you need to be a part of our network because we're trying to get to 1 million coaches worldwide that are willing to help 100 addicts a year overcome addiction, or 100 homeless people a year change their circumstances. There's only 550,000 homeless people in America and 200 million adults. You think we could do something about that if we had 10,000 coaches working for the right cause? Well, I can't find anything like that, so I'm going to create it. And I have. And we've got 5 coaches in there right now. And Matthew's just expressed to me he wants to be a coach, and he's already shown me that he's really good at it. You know what makes a good coach? Deep listening, compassion, and understanding. Patience. If you got those things, or if you can get better at those things and just give, especially considering if you're here at your age and someone is like 25 and they are where you're at, like, you can help them. You can help them. Dude, join. Yeah, Jimmy. We would love to have you. There's 95 of us now. And if more people join every day. So literally for the past 2 weeks, we've had 1 to 2 members every single day. It's great. And you know what's amazing is the universe communicates to you in numbers. And I've tested this in my life. I used to live at 222 Shady Oak Grove. Now I live at 2221 South Prairie Avenue. I see 222 everywhere. But here lately I've been seeing 33. And I looked up 33 and I started thinking Jesus died at 33, was hung on the cross at 33. And then the Templars got 33 levels. And then I researched what numerology had to say about it. And it's like the manifestation is here. It's here. You've put in the work and it's here. And I'm like, whoa. Boom. You know, because just recently I made the choice not to go back to any kind of work and to like put all my effort into this, to telling everybody, hey, I'm a coach, I can help you, I'm affordable, you need a coach in your life. If you were here and you want to be here and you're not there yet, you need a coach in your life. And I'm that. And we've got a group full of them. And it's working, dude. Imposter syndrome is dead. I am this. Too many hundreds of people have told me, personally. I have the comments and stories and and testimonials that what I'm doing is working. That is all the validation that I need from the universe saying that keep doing this. Yes, Father. Thanks, Matt. You said, Matt, I got another idea for you, bro. You don't have to, but another suggestion. Uh, look at your tagline. I just noticed it, but look at your tagline. Remember where focus goes. What you focus on expands, and the language is the wand. And so that's definitely a thing we should change. And I think you should put it in. I think you should put a tagline that represents an identity of who you're working to be. For instance, I'm Dan Wilkes. I'm not. I'm Danny Wilkins. Dan Wilkes is my subconscious mind that I started programming when I was living under a bridge. Started using sleep hypnosis and meditating 10 minutes a day and using affirmations and cutting myself off before I say certain things and writing down the things that I shouldn't say and eliminating them from my mind. I literally worked on language deprogramming and reprogramming first. And that's one of the steps. And after our conversation last night, Matt, that we need to get you in a job, a better job, temporarily. But you're a coach. You've already voiced that, and so all we got to do is build that identity and program it. Once it's programmed and the thoughts are programmed, then come the words of this programmed man, and then comes the feeling of actually being this in the present. Also with that comes a little bit of imposter syndrome that you'll have to, I can almost guarantee you that you'll get to a certain level of your own success, and where it's less of this like yeah, and more of like fuck, why is everybody attacking me and why is everybody saying all these things about me, and because people that choose not to better themselves always resent people that better themselves. And once you start getting that thrown at you, I feel like imposter syndrome shows up. Coach, make a note, and if you wanna speak on something about this later, I know you've got all kind of wisdom. You're the one that helped me overcome it. How do I join the Oneness? So you got to download WhatsApp. It's a Facebook app. It's end-to-end encrypted. We use it because it's spam free, right? No ads and no, and there's so many admins now that if anybody comes in on any bullshit, we can kick them out. Or if any bots come in, we can kick them out. So it's just a really safe app to have, and it don't take up a lot of space. So you download WhatsApp, you set up your profile, and you click on the link on my page, and there's one for these, and there's a group for the community, which is Co-Create Oneness Community. I grow these, and they changed my life. And I teach that in another WhatsApp group. It sure is. It's like I'm a student. I don't want to talk like I'm a master, but from my understanding, me is ego, and it's the comfortable motherfucker that it's still you, but it's me, and I is the Father. It's imagination. That's why imagination starts with I. I, mage, magic, a wizard, mage, and Asian is a process. So that's pretty much the word that tells you what follows I is magic. So the seven predicates of willpower. The seventh one is work ethic. What is work ethic? I'll go over what I've got because I think I can do it quickly, and then we'll see what Coach Joe has, and then we'll let him on here, or we'll even let you on before. A great master is always learning. Amen. Amen. I vibe with that. Work ethic, a set of standards, right? Behaviors, beliefs regarding what? Best work practices. But It's not just with your job. What are you building? What are you creating? If you practice a hobby for 5 years, an hour a day, you'll be good at it, enough at it to teach that. That's money. You're a human being with a mind greater, the mental capacity greater than any other species on the face of the planet. You build things. That's a human. And so when you wake up to that and you look at the world and say, this is a problem that I hate and I can build something better to fix it, right? That's what we do. We find problems and we say, I can build this to aid that problem. Here's a solution to that. That's how you get rich. That's how you find your passions. It's not by sitting in the boat. It's by walking on the water. It's another definition of it. What about an attitude of determination and dedication towards your job? Is that a better way of putting it? I like that one. So what I got is, the first question you need to ask yourself, why I wrote this as the 7th predicate, is to get people to think of their current situation and do you want to stay here or do you want to leave? And how to change it, how to make it better. How to evolve. And this is where the work ethic comes in, not towards your job, but if you're going to stay at your job, you got to build a schedule around your job. So, are you satisfied with your current job? If you have no job, if you're on disability, that's still a choice. You're choosing disability. There's all kind of things disabled people can do from the comfort of their own home with an entrepreneurial mindset. Especially with the power of the internet. We live in this age where you're connected to fucking 8 billion people. You need, or what's the numbers where, I need to look that up. There's 8 billion people on Earth now, but not everybody has internet. But soon with the launching, isn't Elon Musk going to launch free internet for everybody with Starlink? I thought he said that. Anyways. Are you satisfied with your current job or your career? If yes, build your routine around your schedule. If you're satisfied and you want to stick, you've been there for a while, 15 years, you want to stick it out, get your retirement, all that, that's your choice. Good. Build your schedule around it. What are you going to do after you retire? You're just going to take the retirement and live off of it? You better start buying extra food because there's word. I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to speak it in existence. I've been looking at other people's content and people are not believing in the American dollar anymore. There's a lot of fear. If no, are you satisfied with your current job? If you say no, then the first and foremost thing to do is prepare a resume to fit the ideal temporary position you want. Figure out what you want to do. I'm pretty sure me and Matthew got on the same page, and he knows if he's going to fucking work while he's becoming a coach, it's going to be at a music store, or it's going to be teaching someone how to play guitar, or it's going to be something that involves his passion with music. It should be the same way with you. You can take a resume, a one-page resume, and you can say, I'm good at this, and this is why I would make an excellent employee at your business. I love your business. I've wanted to work there for so long. Please, would you consider me for a position with your amazing business? If you sell yourself enthusiastically, and then they call you, and instead of you're like, hello, you're like, yeah, I've been waiting on your phone call. Yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah, you're going to get the job. Believe in the importance of your job and how well you're able to do it. Believe in that. You don't have to go fucking work at McDonald's. Fuck them. Let them burn. Let the thing fall to the ground from everyone stopping eating the garbage and no one else wanting to work there. Let that happen. It's not your problem. Leave McDonald's out of it. I'm just trying to help you. I want you guys to think about your passions. And let me tell you something. The greatest gift of all, the greatest joy in the world is giving. When you give to someone and you see just what happens to them. This lady that I helped the other day, no one's been nice to her in years. She's felt no love from anyone in years. And so when people feel like that, they don't give a flying fuck. And so, indecision. Indecision is still a decision. But she's embarrassed. That's all she was doing the entire time I was inside Goodwill with her, was telling me how weird she felt and how she's not. This is so great. Like she wasn't even like I'm sure she was thankful, but she wasn't expressing like, wow, this is actually happening, excitement. She was expressing, this is fucking weird. This doesn't happen to me. The universe doesn't work for me. What is this happening for? That was her responses. And then she's voiced how embarrassed she was to be going through this, or be like, I want help. I got text after text after text. I want help. I'm so grateful that you came in my life, that I'm starting to believe in myself. All these texts, it came from giving. My mind is completely awake now. I spent a year being able to give and haven't given. But don't start focusing on that, Dan. Like, it takes a commitment. It takes a step. It's a big step to do that. Because I spent money on my credit card. I spent money, but I'm not worried about the money. Everything that's came after that has been amazing. So, if you're going to stay in your current job, we can skip a few things with all the rest of like if you're not going to look for a new job, that's why you need a coach. I'll say that again. If you're looking to make any of these decisions, don't do it without a coach. Believe in the importance of your job. Prioritize your responsibilities. Anybody? I'm in the middle of creating a daily chore list. Like I've got a few things on there, but I think it could be better, is why I say that. Like I feel like I could do a better job at this chore list to include more things. Maybe get in the habit of buying one thing from Goodwill or Walmart per week to replace the ugly furniture that I have with better furniture that is more appeasing to my eyes, more feng shui. What are your responsibilities, and how do you prioritize them? Coach, if you've got anything to speak on that, I've never spoken on that before. And I'm actually just practicing that in my life, but I know it's important. That just shows the connection to the Father. I'm sitting here talking about something that I don't know much about. Then how was I even able to write it down? Because I know it's important. Yeah, I Googled some stuff. But I didn't read all things. You have to choose what's important. For me to know that's important, and for my life, it makes it valuable for others. Keep a calendar. Consistently review your work. That falls in line with Pearson's Law. Pearson's Law says that when performance is measured, performance improves. When it's measured and repeated back, the rate of improvement accelerates.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
All right. Sorry, I had to get the puppy settled.
It's okay.
As much as I can to get a puppy settled. So, you wanted me to speak on responsibilities? Was that the
Sure.
thing? Okay. What was the question? Just so I know which direction to go with this.
How to prioritize your responsibilities so that you
All
can,
right.
because it's an aspect of work ethic, having good work ethic.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what is the most important thing that you're doing, right? If you set down, your top 10 goals, what is responsibility number one surrounded by those goals? 1 second. This little girl is being crazy.
She's cute. She's a cutie. I got
So
one
how
over
do
here
you,
asleep in the chair, snoring.
yeah. So how do you prioritize, right? So I think you have to, well, actually, I know because I was in retail for 25 years, right? In 16 years, I worked for a big box retailer by the name of Costco in a supervisory position. So I had a lot of responsibilities. And for me, it always began number one with safety, right? Are you safe? Are you in a safe place to do what it is you need to do? Um, and that safe place is not only in the physical, it is in the mental, it is in the emotional, it is in the spiritual. So once you get into that, then you can look at everything outside of that and go, okay, let me analyze the situation. What is the most important thing that I need to do on Monday, Tuesday, all the way through Friday, or Sunday through Sunday, whatever your work schedule may be? Um, is it being to work at 5 a.m.? Is it opening the doors? What is it? Right. So for me, when I managed a gas station, my first priority was getting to work safe. That was my first responsibility. Because if I got there safe, that meant that I didn't harm anybody around me on the way to my job. Right.
Yeah.
The second responsibility I had was I had to go and I had to look at what other stations were selling. What were they selling their gas for? Was it 10 cents above ours? Was it 10 cents below? And I had to go over to the station, open it up, and then match those prices before we ever opened up this to the public. Then came all the accounting, right? So you just kind of got to go in order of a checklist, right? So we have this
There you
checklist
go.
of, okay, this is A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, right? These are the top 5 things. Now, within those responsibilities, there might be what I call sub responsibilities,
Okay.
right? Okay, so I'm managing this gas station. I'm there from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. by myself. Restrooms are across the way. I have the responsibility of making sure I lock the door if I go and use that restroom and come back so no
You were
one
at night
steals
shift or
anything.
something? On night shift?
I would work 12 to 16 hour
Oh, you
days.
still
So
got to
I'd
lock
have
the
night
store so
shift, day
nobody comes
shift.
in. Duh. Okay. You're the only one there. Okay. Gotcha.
Right. Right. So I'm locking the door to use the restroom and come back and then unlocking the door. Right. So it's just a matter of looking at all the steps, right? And what is going to take priority over the next step. And if nothing takes priority over that next step, then you know you're on the right track. So prioritize the responsibilities, right? In order of the effects that they're going to have on you and your work environment.
Okay.
Does that all make
Let's
sense?
keeping on. I say I got something right here. It says number two is
Mhm.
like creating a time around your work, leisure, social, and family. So
Yeah.
I created something called like I guess I'm gonna call it the half day split. I might call it something different in the future, but it's you, the half day splits where you wake up at 4 a.m. You do everything you need to do. You work. You got to prioritize all that time to certain tasks, and then you take a 2 hour nap around 3 o'clock, and
hmm
then after that 2 hour nap, you wake up and you stay up till 10, 30, 11 o'clock, and you do more.
Yeah,
Um,
that's very similar to the 90-day method within a 30-day period,
okay.
right? So you break down 3 4 hour or 3 6 hour blocks throughout your 24-hour day.
Uh huh.
Each one of those counts as one day. So you take the highest priority of things that you want to do in your business, in your work, or whatever it is. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a coach, and you can go, okay, this is my 4 hour block, my 4 hour block, my 4 hour block, right? So that's
That's
12
really
hours
smart.
within a 24-hour day. But each one of those, you put in a full day's work. So now
I
you've
like that.
got 3 days in one.
I like
So
that.
30 days now becomes 90 days.
Hey, I'm glad I've just gotten the habit of remembering that I've got the video and that I don't have to take notes about what we talk about because I'm chopping it into the content and watching it so many different times anyways. I used to get in a hurry when you speak because you spit so much value that I would have to feel like I need to write stuff down. And it's like, no, dude, you've got it recorded. Big Mo said good
That's gross.
morning when
That's
you first
awareness.
came in. I don't know if you, if we, either one of us saw it, but he did say good morning. And Rebecca just joined us. Will this one be on the
All right.
YouTube? Yeah. So it's TikTok takes forever to process this thing. So I've been waiting on TikTok to download it. I'll go download this one as soon as it's available. It might not be till tonight, and put it up there tomorrow, Rebecca. Um, let's see. How about dividing your time between physical, mental, and spiritual? So this doesn't have to do with your work or anything. This is only involving work ethic towards your routine of spiritual, mental, physical exercise. How do you exercise mentally? Study. What do you want to learn? I've got a stock market app where I simulate fake money, and I'm learning how to trade in the stock market. I'm going to do it for a year. I'm going to learn everything about the chart patterns and everything that I need to know for a year, and then I'm going to put my money in. Study. Divide your time in between exercise, study, and meditation and prayer.
Mm-hmm. Feed
I
your
can't.
mind
I,
or
I tried
study.
to rack my brain on how to be more spiritual without meditation and prayer. Is there a way? I don't know.
Yeah,
Take a lot of
absolutely.
these.
Yeah. To be more spiritual, even without those, it's just being open to receiving. That's really it. And most people, I don't think they realize it's just that simple. One of the biggest aspects of coaching, like you mentioned earlier, is deep active listening, right? We'll deep and actively listen to our clients, but cat dog fight, hold on. So deeply and actively listen to our clients, right? And then when we meditate, we're in this kind of state of whatever the world has to offer us, right? But you can stay in that meditative state and just be open to everything,
For
right?
sure.
You don't have to sit there with your
Openness.
eyes closed and your legs folded. You can. There's nothing wrong with it, right?
Amen. I think it
Nothing at
has a lot
all.
to do with
But you
making the
can
body
also,
shut up too. The body
yeah.
once the
So you
body
can
goes to
also,
sleep, the subconscious mind awakens.
right. So you can also be in your car and just turn everything off, right? And just say, "Hey, God, universe, I want to receive right now," and just
Yeah.
receive whatever it is that's offered. And you can do that walking down the street, riding your bike, doing yoga, whatever it is. You
Mm-hmm.
just have an open mind and an open heart to receive the blessings that the universe has for you. And most of us won't do it because we don't believe it's that simple.
Agreed.
But, but I do it.
I got some
I
notes
receive it.
about these. Go ahead. Got something to say?
Oh no,
Huh?
that was
Okay. Uh, so the third facet of veracity is the third the nine facets of veracity are three vows, three virtues, and three values. And so the first three facets are the three vows. One of them, it's the third one. It's to improve 1% daily. That really that characterizes what work ethic is. If you've got that mindset, to attitude of determination and dedication to just improve 1% better every single day. When you get to the end of the year and look back at who you were at the start of the year, it's it's amazing. It's amazing. It fuels you. It drives you. Coach, you're having bad signal or something, bro. It keeps giving me notifications about low signal or something.
yeah. We're having a storm.
Ah, California storms.
Well, it's
Your
that, and
power
our
go out?
internet is trying to get us to
Oh,
highway.
it looked like your
Huh?
power went out. It looked like your
Oh
power just
no,
went
I
out.
was replying.
I was like, what? Go.
No, I was replying to somebody. But yeah, California storm. It's actually nice today, but the our internet provider wants us to pay for the next level, so they keep doing that thing that slows your internet down.
For sure.
So I'm like, whatever.
Brandon said he got Starlink.
Yeah, he did. I might have to do that.
I want to do it. It's expensive right now. It just came out. Let the
Right.
price go down a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
So
I mean,
look,
you wait a year or so, it'll be different.
I got it right here. Another note says, look for ways to go above and beyond. And
Hmm.
I think that characterizes my attitude for the past 3 years. Like, why was I getting up at 4 a.m.? Because nobody was really awake then,
Right.
and it gave me this like egotistical push that I needed to be like, I'm trying harder than everybody else, you know?
Yeah. There's another aspect to that, though. Because you're a single guy living with his mom, right? And that's got to be have. I mean, that's got so many challenges, right? Or for like me, being almost 48 and having 5 kids in the house, uh, you don't get to do those things as often. There's no set sleep schedule in this condition, right? So last night I went to bed at 11. I got woke up at 2:30 by one of my daughters, and then 3:30 by my other daughter, and then now 6 o'clock comes around, time to get up for school, right?
Yeah.
So what you're talking is true for some, but not for everyone, right? So I
Yeah.
have to pick points and times out of my day where I can maximize that time. And if I've got 20 minutes, I've got to bring everything to the table that I can in that 20 minutes, because that 20 minutes to me is just as valuable as an 8 hour day. So I've got to pour my soul into that. And that is a strong work ethic. When you cut everything off, you sit your phone down, you turn off any notifications on your laptop or whatever, and you're free from distraction, so you can just, okay, time to work. Mm. And what creates that work ethic is the determination and the goal to do what I have for myself. Go out there and change lives. Stop suicide, stop depression, stop addiction, stop homelessness, stop all these things that are happening that do not have to happen, right? So for those of you who may not be able to get up at 4 a.m., just know that I'm a living example that you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
lifestyle
Did I
doesn't
make it
allow
seem
for
like
it.
that or something?
No, 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 no. I'm just saying, just to go in and make that
Sure.
bridge, right? So that people understand that, hey, that's not the only way, you know.
For sure.
No, but you
Yeah.
didn't say that you didn't think that
Yeah.
at all.
It's absolutely not about what time you wake up, but using every hour that you are awake towards what you
Yeah,
need to get done.
right.
Lastly, preventing burnout. I think that's the most important because I've experienced it many, many times. I still experience it. I don't plan to experience it anymore. I pace myself, and I've got some notes on burnout. Uh, how about
Mhm.
how about the Pomodoro technique? Anybody ever heard of that? So comment down below if you've heard of the Pomodoro technique. It's working 25 minutes on and taking a 5 minute break every hour, 20 or every 30 minutes. 25 minutes on, 5 minute break, 25 minutes on, 5 minute break, 25 minutes on, and doing this. Rob Dial from the Mindset Mentor podcast, or the Mindset, I think that's it, Mindset Mentor podcast. Um, Maybe I don't want to lie. I don't want to lie, but I feel like Tim Ferriss has mentioned this on one of his podcasts about the Pomodoro technique. I haven't tried it, but I'm definitely about to start trying it and see if it allows
Yeah, I'm
me to
not.
stay focused and on the work that I have in front of me for a longer period of time than trying to sit in front of a laptop for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one, but I think it's a great idea. I know we started taking splinter breaks at work um, when I was at Costco. And for me, that would be like, okay, I've been here for 2 or 3 hours. I'm tired. Splinter break. I just take a minute wherever I was and just stand there and just kind of refocus and let my body just kind of
Yeah,
calm itself. Um, you know, but maybe that's where that came from. I don't know. I haven't heard
for
it
sure.
until today.
Avoiding getting overwhelmed by your workload. So like maybe break it down into chunks. Don't I get overwhelmed when
Yeah.
this book is a 6 part book. I've got it all structured out. I've got every chapter where it needs to be, and now it takes the writing. And for a long time, I felt overwhelmed. It led to
Mm-hmm.
inaction. So yeah, break
Mm-hmm.
big tasks down into small chunks. We already spoke a little bit about establishing priorities. You got to figure out what's most important. Um, do tasks that require the most energy at the beginning of the day. If you, what's a good example? If you got if you have a furniture, if you've got to move all your furniture out of your house into a new house, and that was the task, you wouldn't wait till the end of the day to do that, right? You would do that in the beginning of the day. You energy first. Think energy first. So you got the most energy at the beginning of the day. So do the tasks that require the most energy at the beginning of the day, and that could be a mental task too. 8-minute ab workout.
The way that I tell my
Storm's fucking with you.
the thing that you don't want to do, the thing that you want to do, the thing you do least first, so that way you don't have to. Otherwise, you're just thinking about it all day long until you do it. Get it out of the way. That thing that you don't want to do, get it out of the way first. And I won't bring you down.
The signal's fucking with me, man.
Me too. It's annoying. And apparently my Wi-Fi went off and I was on data, so maybe that has something to do with
it.
Let's see if that helps.
I'm keeping that
It's
fucking
really
ego
nuts.
in check. That's what I'm doing right here. I feel like everybody's watching my face and seeing the frustration on me, and it's like, no, I'm not frustrated. It's the signal.
Center. It's just a test. That's all.
Preventing burnout, and so the last thing I got on it is energy, diet, and rest days. If you want your energy level to stay high, pay very, very close attention to what you eat, when you eat it. You need to be very mindful of your diet. I've eliminated all sugar from my life. That's just my personal decision. I do not consume sugar, especially processed sugar. Stevia, if I want something to sweeten. But rest days. God created the earth and then he rested, right? So rest days are really fucking important. You got anything to say about a rest day? You don't get to take one?
Take them. I mean, I get rest moments.
Yeah. Do you have a nanny, or do you have do you have anybody?
The only thing that we would have even close to a nanny is the ABA therapists that come into the home, but we don't have respite care or anything like that. So basically, I'm the nanny, the daddy. I'm Mr. Mom. I'm Mr. Work from Home. I'm Mr. Fix It. Mr. Do It All. And I love it. You know, it's a blessing. Some people say that's a burden, that's a curse, and that doesn't sound great. But when you can do all that and still create an income and environment for your family where you're thriving and you can enjoy your life, that's an amazing thing. And you don't get there without a strong work ethic. You've got to, no matter what challenges come your way, you've got to have such a mental focus and mental mindset that you no longer look to a problem as a problem. You look at it as a challenge to overcome. And I look at it because I grew up on playing Atari and Nintendo and all that, right?
Yeah.
And I look to it as a video game. This is just a different level. I'm going to beat the hell out of this boss so I win the game.
For sure.
And, you know,
play on hard.
Yeah. Advanced. I play on advanced. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
and then I'm looking for all the secret. I'm looking for all the little secret passageways.
Level, but once I play it through, I'll up the level, and I'll up the level.
Well,
I don't choose games that end quickly, right? I choose these long drawn out Skyrim and Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Beck says you sound like Adam. He never has a rest day, but never complains. That's Coach.
I wish I could say I never complain, but that would be a lie. I do complain. I'm human. I get frustrated.
You never complain in the group or on camera, so we don't see it.
Well, I mean, I try my best not to, because if you can get through one day without complaining about yourself or about someone else, you'd be surprised how much better you feel at the end of the day when you haven't let one complaint leave your mouth.
Yeah, and then how much energy you keep your energy too. When it takes energy, you expel energy when you complain and start bitching. And I mean, think about it. Your heart starts racing. If I started nagging
or if I used one of my friends to vent my problem, let me call. She always listens. I need to vent. I need to vent my problems out. And you call, and by the time you get off that phone call, you feel like shit because you've just expelled all this energy. You've been breathing heavy. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Because of
I'm not saying it's not healthy to vent, but to complain and nah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it.
it's healthy to vent when it is solution based, not complaint based.
Ooh, solution based. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what's his name? What's our friend's name?
Which one?
He just.
I
I
can't see
forgot
your
that you didn't.
comments.
I forgot you didn't have it. You're not seeing the same screen as me.
Right, right.
I can't remember his name. Shit, Bill, Bob, the guy yesterday that was on live with us.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Uh,
He
in the
just he
11th
just
hour.
requested to live again. But he doesn't understand what we're doing here. So it's a structured thing. We won't be doing that every day. Did he subscribe? He probably did subscribe.
Yeah.
Towards the 20 or last 30, 20 minutes, or 20 to 30 minutes, I'm here. You can come on, but we're still in the middle of the message today about work ethic. I feel like you got a lot of notes here. You dive into what you want to teach. I'm done with my aspect of it.
All
Time
right.
management, accountability, responsibility, and dedication. That's what I got for work ethic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you kind of covered a lot of it already, but I'll go into what I call, well, I mean, what I call them the 3Ds, right? Determination, discipline, and drive, right? And those are, and you pair that with commitment, right? And then you really become unstoppable because if you're determined to do something, you've made up your mind. Nothing's going to stand in your way. If I'm determined to get up at 5 a.m. every morning and go to the gym, I'm getting to the gym at 5 a.m., right? If I'm determined to get my kids to school on time, I'm getting my kids to school on time. And when you get that determination, there is a passion within you, right? And that passion gets fueled by that determination. And when you put that into action, things happen. Now, if I were to sit here at, you know, 5:45, 6 o'clock, whenever my alarm goes off, and I just hit snooze every 15 minutes because I didn't feel like getting out of bed, my kids aren't getting up. They're not getting ready for school, and they're not going to be there on time. They're going to suffer from that. I'm going to suffer from that.
Wow,
Nobody wins.
true. Nobody
Your
wants.
bed is your best friend and your worst enemy. Okay.
Amen. Amen.
So I deal with a lot of people. I coach a lot of people that have depression. I wanted to stay in my bed. I just want to know, get up and get out of that bed and go do something.
Man.
Stop thinking and just get in action. Because the best thing you can do in the morning to get yourself a jump start is be determined to jump out of that bed the minute your eyes open, regardless of how you feel. Feelings don't produce anything, action does. Okay.
Amen.
If you have a
Amen.
feeling about a girl and you don't go and talk to that girl, what's going to happen?
Amen.
Absolutely nothing. Feelings don't produce, action produces. So get determined and act on that determination.
For sure.
And that
Oh,
ties into the discipline of getting up at 5 in the morning, right? Determination, discipline, they're tied together, right? You have to have this mindset of this is my routine. This is what I'm going to do every day. And that routine might have, bumps in the road and whatever, but you still stick to that routine as much as you possibly can, right? So
sure.
if you have certain things that you have to do at work, right? Like, I don't know, say you work at Taco Bell, you go, you clock in, you wash your hands, you put on your uniform or whatever, right?
Mm.
And now you got to go and you got to work the oven or whatever it is you do. You have that process. That is your disciplined set of standards for the day,
Yes,
right?
sir.
That you have to go by.
Discipline, drive, determination, and drive.
Yes, drive. Now, discipline and determination will not do anything for you unless you're steering the vehicle, right? And like you talked about food, water, very important what you put into your body
Mm-hmm.
and your mind, right? Because if you put garbage in your mind and your body, what's going to come out of your body and your mind? Garbage,
Truth.
right? So you've got to drive the vehicle. You got to put in the oil, the water, the fuel to get you through your day so that you have the mental capacity to go and do those things. And you got to be committed to doing that on a daily basis. Now, if you want to get to a higher level, right, you have to look to your job, right? If you're working in a regular job, You have to look at that not as a punishment, but as an opportunity.
Attitude, for sure. You got to
Right.
bring attitude.
Got to bring I would even say not attitude, but mindset of this is temporary. This is my tool to get to the next level. Okay. If I don't want to work at Taco Bell the rest of my life, what am I going to do to get out of it? Am I going to set aside 20% of my paycheck and build a business? Am I going to build a team? Find your passion, find your purpose, and then wrap those 3Ds in that 1C around it. And let nothing stand in your way. If you've got 20 minutes a day, you can build a business. If you've got more than 20 minutes a day, you can build multiple businesses, or you can focus on just one.
Amen. Okay. I would say start with one and make that one profitable first.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Your mindset needs to be start with one step, right? Yeah. And then grow from there. But without discipline, without drive, without determination, and without commitment, you're not going to get anywhere. And what's wrapped around all of that? Yeah. What's wrapped around all
every
that
day
is focus.
On the clock, every day on live, my brain, so it's just proof for everyone that here's the belief of mine. The universe communicates with you to you through synchronicities. It could be numbers on the clock. It could be numbers on anything, receipt, any numbers. And then also through the relationships that you share with other people. So like the best example that I've ever been able to come up with is mine and Brandon's relationship. Coach Joe's son, damn it. Coach Joe's son, Brandon, invented a product and I did too. And we just so happened to use the same company. It's like synchronicity. And those kind of things happen in your life with all of your relationships. Yeah. Fuck, don't go on a tangent. I lost it. Why did I do that, dude?
That's okay. I was just going to say,
saying.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I invented Brandon too. So, I mean, there's that whole thing, You
invented Brandon.
Well, that was part of the invention.
Yeah. That my brain looks at the clock every day on live. Yep. And it'll be 11:22 or it'll be 11:11 or it'll be, it's always a synchronicity involving 2-2 something. Yep. It comforts me.
Good. Yeah. The universe provides gifts, and when we're focusing on those gifts, then all the other stuff that tries to bring us down goes away.
Amen. Your giants shrink when you call them out by name.
Yep. And there's way more to be grateful for than there is to be pissed off and sad about.
For sure.
You just have to be able to see it.
Dude, I would say sadness isn't a thing when you're willing to be a warrior, when you're willing to be disciplined. I don't know, man. Not just with fitness, but with everything that you do in life. When you show up to be like, I'm it, and I'm that example. Mm-hmm. I'm the example of what a professional at this is. You show up with that attitude, sadness can't find you. You're on the high frequency, and this book speaks to that. The Kabbalion speaks to that. Using the higher against the lower. The mental alchemy, the transmutation of taking lower frequency thoughts and transmuting them into the thoughts that you need, because thought is creative.
Right.
If you're depressed and you're sad, you got to stop with your free will and say, all right, I'm sad because I'm thinking of something. What am I thinking about? It'll come to you. Get rid of it. Change your attitude. Change your altitude. Ooh. Yep. Sadness is a choice.
Yeah. And, there's only a 1-letter difference between warrior and worrier. Okay.
That was really good, Doc. That was really good one. I'm writing that one down and using that. What?
Go ahead.
1-letter difference?
A 1-letter difference. Warrior, worrier.
Wow.
You're going to feel what you focus on, and you're going to focus on what you feel. So if you're focused on worrying, or you're focused on stress, or you're focused on depression, or you're focused on your anxieties, or whatever it is, then your focus needs to be redirected to the opposite. things.
Check out the universal synchronicities in your own name. I want to encourage everybody, go look up your numerology core numbers, and then go look up the meaning of your name, first and last, and then see if you possess and demonstrate characteristics that line up with that. Because me and Matthew are both lining up with it, and I'm like, yeah. So like Daniel is a ruler of righteous judgment, a teacher, uh, and then Wilkins is an armored warrior. And I like Vikings, and I like it's comforting to feel like you are meant to be exactly who you are.
Right. And for anyone who's listening who might go, wait a minute, well, I'm not good enough who I am. Yeah, you are. Whoever has told you you're not good enough, or wherever that feeling came from, that was a lie. Every single person in here is good enough.
Amen.
Plain and simple.
I feel like some of those people, I would love to know in the comments if this is true, that those people you can see it's not always true, but if you don't have a bio and you don't have a profile pic on social media, that's a hint that you've got this to work on, because you're valuable, because you mean something, because you're special, and there's tens of thousands of other people exactly like you that look just like you, they talk like you, they like the same things as you, doppelgangers. I've met 3 or 4 in my lifetime of other friends, because I've lived in 14 different states, and I'd be like, damn, this is Josh Hilsgen, this is my friend Josh, you look just like Josh. It's crazy. And they like the same things, they act like, so take your personality and be comfortable with it, and give it to the world. And that's my message.
Yeah, great message. And I think, a lot of those people may suffer from the fear of visibility, because they've been guilted and shamed into thinking that they are less than.
For sure.
Right.
My mom is in that list. She went to the gym for the first time today in a long time.
Amazing, Victory. Awesome. Very cool.
And as soon as she got there, this guy started flirting with her. This 72-year-old dude named Rick. He's like, I see him in here all the time, but it's really good to see you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't have it, but yes, you do have it, Big Mo. You do have it. What do you not have? What are you saying you don't have? I'm glad you're fired up. We are no different than you.
Here's
everyone
my
in
question.
this group. Go ahead, Coach. Speak on it.
I don't know. I can't see the comments, but I want to know, how does he know that he doesn't have what he just said he don't have?
Hey, I'm just naive to apps and how to. Willing though. Oh, you need help getting in the WhatsApp group. I can help with that.
Oh, okay.
Trying to get you both on all platforms. First step: go to the App Store. Big Mo, do you have an iPhone or an Android phone? Either way, go to either the App Store or the Google Play Store. Cool. Go to the App Store, type in WhatsApp. It's one word. WHATSAPP. WhatsApp. It'll come up business or WhatsApp messaging. Just click WhatsApp messaging. Download that app. It's a little green phone icon, green app. Download that app and then set up your profile, and then go to the link on my TikTok profile here. Right here, you can click right there. Go to that, and there'll be 2 links: one to join this group, and one to join the Co-Create Oneness community. Damn it, wrong one. And yeah, it'll throw you in the group as soon as you click that link. Cool.
And remember, guys, YouTube is a great resource. So if you don't know how to do something, you can always go to YouTube and look on tutorials.
It is. It is.
Very
I've learned
awesome
how to do
resource.
so many things on YouTube. grow mushrooms.
Right.
Uh,
I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for YouTube one night, I wouldn't be here right now, most likely.
Tell
So,
me the story.
well, I was in my garage. I had a bottle of bleach, a bottle of whiskey. I was depressed and I was ready to end it. So, I had some music playing in the
Mm-hmm.
background while I was, glug, glug, glug.
Mm-hmm.
And commercial break comes on, and who is it? Tony Robbins, right? And he starts speaking, and I just start listening because I'm like, I love Tony, I respect Tony. Maybe something's gonna happen here. We'll see, right? And I'm probably 3/4 down into a, you know, pretty good sized bottle of whiskey, like a regular sized bottle, you know, 1.75 liter or whatever. Um, and he says two things that I've heard over and over throughout life, but they never hit me like they hit me on that particular night.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And we covered it earlier, actually. You're going to feel what you focus on. Right. Is one of the things he said. The other thing that he said was the only meaning that anything has in life is the meaning that you give it.
You give it. Mm-hmm.
That you give it. And I'm like, fuck.
You know what? That comes from this. I'm telling you that this is only communicated to the initiated, meaning people that are truly ready to focus and be the best they can be. And Tony is that guy. And what he's saying is exactly that: mental alchemy, using the higher against the lower, everything you just said.
Right.
You feel what you focus on. That's part of our chemical makeup responds to our electric thought.
Yeah. And so one of the biggest challenges I had is, I was in here and I was new. Now I had 3 children, born, raised out of the house, right? Divorced, remarried, got into this new situation, 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
My God. And my girl now is pregnant too. 5 kids. Oh my God. And we were here for a year and a half, and I just got into that deep depression. And I got mad at myself and at the situation because I had this beautiful home that just continued to get messier and messier, and nobody would help clean it. And my wife was too busy, right, building her career. So it was all on me, right? And so I started looking at it differently after that night with Tony, after that night with the bottle.
Yeah.
I started looking at it as, wait a minute, I need to be grateful that this house is a mess. I need to be grateful that there's dirty dishes. I need to be grateful that there's toys everywhere. Because I have them. And at any moment they could be gone. So why am I bitching about what I should be grateful for?
Great stuff. Great stuff, dude. That's great. And so did you pour the bleach out or just set it on the, you just changed that? You were like,
I just changed the narrative, man. I just used it for cleaning and stuff, man.
Thinking.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I've still got the whiskey bottle out there just as a reminder.
Wow.
Every now I go and look at it.
Do the same. I would do the same.
This, no.
I'm glad that I have the memory of this, because this represents me finding my purpose in life, which is demolishing this treatment industry. I'm no matter what anybody says, it's not built to help people, and that's the front that they put on.
It's entrapment, right?
If you solve your problem in a week, they don't make any more money off of you.
Right.
So it's like, I know it's kind of, do you have anything to say about that? Because
oh yeah,
it's built on an establishment of frustration and anger.
Right? Well, here's the thing, right? Just like you've spoke on many times before, weapons and tools, right? For me, I went. It's like you've spoke on many times before, weapons and tools, right? For me, I went through this big depression, blah blah blah. I went from, and I've still got pills for anxiety over here in my bathroom that I haven't touched in years, right? But I have them there as a reminder that I don't need them. Why? Because here's what happens. Go to the doctor, and now, okay, you got this problem. Let me give you this pill to solve it. And when that pill stops working, let me strengthen the dose, or let me get you another pill. So you start medication hopping.
Yeah.
The whole time you're suppressing your emotions. You're suppressing the real problem. You're suppressing what you need to fix. And the whole time you're wondering why nothing's happening. Because you're so busy using coping skills that you're never clearing the problem. You've got to stop
Medicine
coping.
in this country, the medical industry worldwide, it's established on placebo. Like,
Yeah.
You go to doctor, you say, I have this problem. The way that capitalism took over that is, you say you have this problem, we have this medicine for you. And if doctor gives you this medicine, doctor gets paid money. So that's how it works. If the doctor with the prescription pad, that's an affiliate marketing relationship. And if he chooses to write this prescription for this company, no matter if it's a generic brand or not, he's making money on it. Especially with drugs, these newer drugs that haven't done triple blind studies. And so, yeah, man.
I will tell you this.
It frustrates me inside that it's like that.
I worked at the Costco pharmacy for a short period of time, and I saw what these pills cost, and I saw what was being charged, right? So you'd see this bottle of 30 caps, right? And this little pill bottle costs them 5 cents to make each pill, and they're selling this thing for $350. You know, 5 cents times 30.
And here's something to add to that, dude, because like for my mom, she had a medication called Fortea, an injection for the past 2 years, and it's $1,400 every month.
Yeah.
And Medicaid pays for it. Well, guess what? Taxpayers pay. That money comes from somewhere.
Right. It's not free.
And it's going into the pockets of the creator of the medicine as a profit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all a big game. And the whole reason that cannabis and mushrooms and all these things you know, have been illegal or been a threat is because they're a healthier way when used correctly. They're just healthier for you. They're of the earth, right?
Yes.
If God made the heavens, and He made the earth, and He made these things for us.
I'll even add, I can add to that too, dude. Look at this. If you smoked weed all your life and you think that it's worse than cigarettes, or if you got this mindset that oh, my lungs are fucked up, blah, 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 blah. Garbage. You know, Tommy Chong he's still alive. He smokes every day. Not only that, but there's this mushroom that you can boil into a tea and clear out. They sell it on the market now. Capitalistic America gonna sell the mushroom. It's a mushroom. And you boil it into a tea and it clears all that phlegm out. A detox. They've got it advertising on TikTok now. This smokers detox.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things I did, I've had COVID 4 different times, right? Each time I got some edibles. I used one to help me sleep. I used one to help me wake up and get through my day. Now, the one that I help get through my day, because when you have COVID, you don't feel like doing absolutely nothing. You don't want to do anything, right? But it helped me get up, get outside, and walk. And I walked from one side of my town to the other and back one day while having COVID. And guess what?
What?
Yeah. And the next day I felt so much better because I got the sunlight. I got the gifts of the earth, right? And if I hadn't done that, who knows? I might have been worse. But I recovered faster.
Can you find out, or do you know what exactly what it was? Because we have amazing mushroom affiliate opportunities. You guys, if you want amazing mushroom products, go to thosethathave.com, click on store, and it will take you to, I think. Store. One says merch, that'll take you to the merch store. The other says store, that'll take you to the mushroom products. They're legal. They're amazing gummies. They've got mouth spray that you can spray. So you got your lion's mane for mental focus and your reishi for cool, calming, relaxed sleep. Cordyceps for energy. It's an amazing medicine, and you guys should check it out.
Let's remember too that they're affordable, and you can use Afterpay if you need to.
So I forgot to say that. So. You always got my back, dude.
Hey,
Make a good
Perfect.
team. Say it
That's what
again.
I'm here
Where?
for.
Okay, so the links on my page. Just click on the link on my page and click shop merch, mushrooms, and more. Those.that.have.com. My tagline.com. Yeah, dude, get a shirt. Support the recovery revolution, because that's what we're doing here. And it's not going to happen with me and Joe doing this every day. It's going to happen when the groups continuously keep growing and everybody's loving on each other so much that it impacts their life on a positive way, which it already is. But it's called scale. Once it happens, it goes from micro to macro. There's nothing that can stop us from changing the recovery industry. When you've got millions of people that have defeated addiction and are willing to speak up and say, it's not a fucking disease, and you shouldn't be sending criminal offenders into this fucking treatment industry. Would you? Good. A mushroom will stop the dependence of what? Oh, you guys are talking. Thanks, Bex. You're an amazing moderator.
Yeah.
Bex in here working, pointing everybody to the group.
Hey, thank you, Bex.
Pain meds. Okay, so a mushroom will stop the dependence on pain meds. With pain meds, you're gonna need me. Why do I say that? Because I'm a coach. I've done it successfully. And although I'm not a doctor, I can help you through it and make sure that you have a vision of the future, which is a foundation that you will stand on. So if you know the stock market, if you know anything about the stock market, there's support and resistance levels. Resistance levels is what's keeping you from going up, and support levels is what's keeping you from falling. Okay. And so when you detox and you finally feel like you're going to break through, you resistance usually becomes support. So once you break through, you're going to fall back down onto something. That something is going to be your vision, your persona of who you're becoming. You're in a state of being. You want to move to becoming. And every single day from your life after you detox is going to be a continuous evolution of being and becoming, being and becoming. And yes, mushrooms will help you to do that. And my coaching strategy.
And just to cover this real quick, and you kind of covered it already, Dan, is that, guys, I want you to realize we're coaches. Okay, we're not medical doctors. We can't give you medical advice. We can
Right.
share with you our experiences and our strategies,
Right.
but just so you know, we're not clear to
Megan.
give you, medical
For sure.
advice.
Exactly. For sure. But with that, you've got experience. Damn it. Reverse mirror. That guy that's really good at certain things and is in a state of evolution and learning every day. So what he's not good at now, he's even getting better at it. It's because of the commitment of being a coach. And then my areas of expertise, we could go over that. Let's show them the diversity of what is available to them. So I mean, I can teach you how to do anything creative with a podcast or a social media channel or an audio book or a song or a guitar or a piano or any of that. I can teach you all those things. I can teach you detoxing from hardcore drugs if pain meds are on that list. I can show you in 5 days you can be free of the withdrawal and then on to your best life because you've established that by your own passions and purpose. And that's pretty much what it boils down to. I'm in a process of evolution with myself where I intend and will get rich. Garbage truck's here. That's how you know that. She's going under the bed. My dog. Scared of the garbage truck. Yeah, dude. I intend to get rich. I've got multiple streams of revenue right now, about 5. They're not fucking. I'm not rolling in money yet, but they're streams, and they're being fed by the river. Me.
That drip will eventually become a flood.
Amen.
So,
And so, if you are stuck at a job that you don't like, I can coach you for a price And because of that price, you will commit to the program. And if that price wasn't there, it would just be like saying, please, please, God, please. That's the same thing. The price has to be there or you don't commit.
Right.
But I promise you guys, man, I want to see my client and calendar full, not so that I can make a living at this, but also because I know what I can do for you. If you're stagnant in your fucking life, hire me and let me help you get to the next level. What do you offer as a coach?
Oh, well, let me real quick cover the certifications. Number one, I am a graduate of the International Coaching Federation, which means I can go anywhere and coach anybody on anything on an international level, because that's how deep my teaching was. And that cost a pretty penny. That cost me 6 months of my life to learn and to grow and to be in this room with multiple six-figure coaches whose names I am not even allowed to say without their permission.
For sure.
And outside of that, though, was the neurotransformational coaching, which I really connected to. And that is helping people overcome the deep, dirty places of their soul that they don't want to touch. Right.
Help me with that.
And that's what I really am about, is that spiritual aspect of it. So when people are in anxiety and they say, I can't get out of anxiety, and I've been dealing with it 20 years, I look at them and I say, well, I just helped this lady who's been in that same spot. She hasn't had a job in 15 years. She hasn't left her house in 15 years. And now she's got 2 jobs. She's had over 30 5150s before I coached her. Now she doesn't have them. Right.
The mental.
Why?
30.
Mental health. That is my main focus, is mental health. Because, I've got 5 children with special needs here. I'm a parent of 3 children with autism, 2 with ADHD, 1 with anxiety processing disorder. Yeah. I have a 17-year-old who has the mind of like a 13-year-old. And so when I say I can coach you on anything, I want you to understand what that means, because I don't say that lightly. I don't say that to entice you just to hire me. Okay? I say that because from the ages of, let's say kindergarten to 7th grade, I got this shit beat out of me almost on a daily basis. I got bullied. I had an overbite. People used to call me Bucktooth and Goofy and all these names, and I wore glasses. I didn't have the nicest clothes. I had what my parents could afford.
Me too. Me too.
And then 8th grade, between 7th and 8th grade, I had enough. So I transformed then, right? Wasn't the healthiest of transformations after, but I worked out. I got big. I grew my hair long. I pierced my ears. I went to 8th grade and people didn't know who I was anymore. People I went to school for years didn't recognize me, right? And they didn't recognize me not only because my looks were different, but because my body was different, Like, Joey, that's you? My God, what happened?
I feel.
What happened is I got pissed off, right? Why did I get so pissed off? Not only because I was bullied, but because I had been brought up in this thing of church where you don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't steal. And then I find out that my dad was married before. How do I find out? Yeah. Because my half brother that I didn't know until this day, I find out because he got hit by a bus and he's on his last breath possibly. And we're going to fly to Reno and I'm going to meet him for the first time when he's looking like he just got run over by a truck. And he had just been run over by a truck, by a bus. And then I find out that I have another brother and another half sister. And I'm finding all this out before the age of 13 in this very dramatic way by my parents who have hidden this from me. Right. So I got mad. I got mad at the world. I got mad at my parents. I got mad at myself for allowing myself to be beat on when I could have beat these people down because I was bigger than them. I just didn't have the confidence or the mindset at that time to go, I'm going to fight back because I've been taught to turn the other cheek my entire life.
I can relate to that so much.
Here's the problem with turning the other cheek. You can only turn it so much before someone punches you in the back of the head.
Well, I'll say anger is a tool or a weapon, right? We reference that often. Like you just said it. You took your anger. We're taught in society that anger is this bad thing. And it's like, only if you use it as a weapon to hurt someone,
Anger is
Anger is
really,
what makes you fucking take the right decisions or fucking show courage when you need to.
yeah, anger is really a cry for help or a cry for love.
Yeah, we feed off each other so well. Yes,
You
true.
know, I mean
Fucking
that's
true.
really all it is. Maybe there's an in between sometimes, but it's always a cry for help or a cry for love, right? And there's nothing wrong with either one of them.
Right. Dude, when me and my mom get mad at each other, in 5 minutes we'll be laughing.
Yeah.
We've got that 5 minute anger rule. It's very powerful. Everybody should practice that.
Mm-hmm.
Set it when you get mad, set a timer.
And the other thing too, you might want to ask yourself, why are you really angry? What are you really angry about? And what is your anger going to solve? Is it going to produce
Identify.
more of a problem or is it going to produce more of a result? Because people will react before they will just take a breath and respond,
Coach,
because it is it's a survival response technique or survival, tool.
survival mechanism. Yeah.
Survival mechanism. Yes, thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
It's a survival mechanism. So
Beck's
people
got an
forget.
important question when you get done. If you got,
Yeah, go ahead.
okay, Coach Joe, when I come off my bipolar meds, how do I act bipolar? How do I not act bipolar? I want to say something really quick while you gather your thoughts. Becca, I believe that this is my belief. Every mental, well, not every, because there's autism and there's real mental disorders. But as far as bipolar, and like this is not medical advice, but as soon as you go to a doctor and a doctor's able to say, because of these symptoms, you're probably bipolar, and so take this medicine, it's very dangerous because, I mean, how do you fucking find out somebody's actually fucking bipolar? It's Here's what you want to realize: we are living in a world full of a spectrum of emotions. Like, as humans, we will always feel this entire spectrum. You don't get to get outside of it. You don't. You have to experience the good and the bad. And if that happens multiple times throughout the day, that doesn't mean you're bipolar. What do you got to say about it, Coach?
What I will say is this: I grew up watching my aunts have seizures, right?
Okay.
And the medical industry back then called them nervous breakdowns. And then they went from nervous breakdowns to anxiety attacks, panic attacks, right?
Yeah.
Now, the reason I say that is I want you to think about this. Were my aunts, were they nervous breakdowns? Were they panic attacks or anxiety attacks? Or is that just a label given to them by a doctor? What they're experiencing is human emotion on a level so deep that they've just not had somebody that they can talk to and connect with about it. So they're holding all these emotions inside, and instead of going out and just speaking what they need to speak to somebody, instead, hey, here's a pill. That's what they did with my aunts. That's what they did with me. I'm medication free, and I have been for a while, right? You just have to understand that you are not the label that has been given to you. Okay. If you identify as being bipolar and that's your truth, then that's your truth. But what if you identify as being not bipolar? And that becomes your truth. And you become stronger than that thought process. And when you become aware of, okay, wait, this is something I don't want to do, and you start to notice the signals leading up to that, then you can change those, what do we call them? Triggers.
I just got to show this to Rebecca. Rebecca, before you do that, read this book. Read this book.
Yeah.
And learn it. You see all those? That's how it's fucking powerful. It's powerful. It teaches you that you are choosing to be a slave to emotion,
Right.
or you are choosing to be a master of them. And so I wanted to really quick. Damn it! I just lost it. I shouldn't have closed the book. He says a bit on anger, and we just got there. It is. Just got done talking about anger. That would be, wouldn't you agree, Rebecca, that's a part of bipolar? You know, your manic sides are really, really great, and you're so happy, and you're getting on everybody's nerves because you're so manic, right? No, right. And then when you're mad, you're at the low end. When you're sad, no, that's called winter, spring, summer, fall. Anger. Angry emotions include everything from being mildly irritated to being angry, resentful, furious, and enraged. The message of anger is that an important rule or standard that you hold for your life has been violated by someone else. Is that true always? I'm trying to think if that's true always. It's true always. The message of anger is that an important rule or standard that you hold in your life has been violated by someone else.
Yeah. And Bex, look up epigenetics too. Okay. Because this body, this mind is so powerful, right? If you believe that you can heal yourself, you can.
Okay.
I mean, Tony Robbins, he just, again, showed you his book, had a brain tumor. They told him he was going to die, right? He went through a process and he went back and the tumor was gone. Why? Because he
I didn't
believed.
know that.
Yeah, look it up.
It's fucking amazing.
Right. I think he went to Switzerland and did some sort of cold therapy or something. But he found a way to say, no, I'm not doing this. Right. So when you become more powerful than this right here, what do I mean by that? I mean, you watch a cartoon and they put this little thought bubble, right, above the cartoon character. That's all these are. They're just little bubbles. You don't have to act on them. But if you focus on something that's making you angry, or if you're holding something that's making you angry and you haven't healed that emotional pain from your past, then that thought bubble gets reinforced, becomes stronger. And now subconsciously, it's just waiting. It's just waiting for an opportunity to come out and go,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
But if you talk to it and you acknowledge it, and this is going to sound weird, but hear me out. You thank it for being there. You say, hey, thank you for protecting me.
Helping us survive.
Thank you for helping me thrive and being there. But you know what? I'm good now. It's time to say goodbye. You don't have to be here anymore.
NF wrote a beautiful song about anger. And it's actually intro. It's called Intro 1. Just check it out, Bex. Those lyrics, I know you like NF. We've talked about that before. He buried his anger, and he's literally, the video's him outside burying himself in a grave. It's like beautiful representation.
Yeah. And, just give yourself permission to do the things that are healthy for you. Most people won't do it. I tell my clients, I say, you know what? I want you to say out loud, I give myself permission to forgive myself. I give myself permission to love myself. I give myself permission to be successful.
Amen.
And you start those kinds of affirmations and you say them out loud and you embody them in your soul and your life will change. It will. I'm a living example of it.
Amen. Me too. I think that's why we choose to do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
I like how I feel from giving more than I like any other thing. So until I'm giving enough that it makes me rich, I'm just going to keep on this path. Like, my thoughts are, like, there are other things you can do to get rich that doesn't involve giving and helping. It involves selfishness. And I'm not saying that anybody going after a solar position to be successful, I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying my mindset towards that is I could be helping because I've overcome something, because I'm different than who I used to be. And so it's more so like a duty, obligation, and responsibility.
Another part touching on that is people want to do me work and think they're going to get ahead doing me work, right? Instead of doing the we work, instead of doing the team.
Ooh, I like that.
Right?
It's the third time. We got to keep that one.
Got to do the we work, right? Don't be afraid to team up with people. If you look at any successful business, it's not usually ran by just one person. It may have been started by one person, but underneath that person, there are a team of people.
True. Great insight. I've been trying to do this by myself for so long. I live in a daily state of gratitude now, to know that what I'm doing is growing because it involves your business, my business, their business, any other coach. It's a business.
Yeah.
We don't have to be a non-profit organization that doesn't pay taxes because they're incorporated. Ain't that what that means? Anybody want to correct me if I'm wrong? If you're a non-profit organization and you're incorporated, you don't pay taxes.
Right.
They're using the system against us. Using the system against us. Think of all the money that could be freed up if there was no war and there was no need for defense and there was no need for anything but the cure-all, right? You pay for the cure-all. So a medical industry established on this cures it. This treats it. It would free up so much more money is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. When people, they'll say money is the root of all evil. I go, no, it's not. Control is the root of all evil.
We live in a world of control right now. Our calendar system is proof of that.
Who
time I think
controls-
of the Inquisition of the Catholic Church, the Templars, and Saint Gregory, and the actual it's moon worship. It's moon worship. So it took the eyes off of the sun, which, if anything, that we should be worshiping, man. I like, in my opinion, it wouldn't be the moon. Maybe the combination of them both. If I'm not, I might be mistaken. We used to have a calendar based on 13 months, not 12.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a trick. Doze in.
Well, you know what? Speaking on that brings up another topic for me, which is time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Time is a tool invented by man, but time is also an illusion, right? Because you'll hear people say, I don't have the time. I go, you don't have the time, or you won't take the time to do this or that or the other. Which one is true? Because it's not that you don't have the time. Because if you're spending 3 or 4 hours watching TV or 3 or 4 hours on social media, and you're just not doing anything with it,
stuck in the Truman Show.
Yeah. Then guess what? You have the time. You're just not using it because you're hypnotized by what's going on the screen.
Amen. Amen. Dude, if my mom would free up watching TV, she would have so much time to do other things.
Right. Speaking of your mom, you mentioned earlier about people being disabled and not being able to work or thinking they couldn't work. When people say to me that, I say a form of what you said, and I go, well, I don't agree, and here's why. You ever hear of Stephen Hawking?
Yeah. Multi-millionaire, Nobel Prize
wheelchair, can't speak. He's using an ACC machine to communicate or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? You tell me that man, that brilliant man, disabled.
Yeah.
And you got all these other things that you can do, but you won't do because you're using your disability as an excuse to stay where you're at.
Yep. There was a video of this little girl with she was a baby and she has no arms, but she was eating her food with her feet,
right?
And trying just as a baby. Mom placed a fork out there, placed the food in front of her, and she gonna try to eat it. She ain't got no arms. Nobody's taught her anything, and if she's willing to try,
yeah.
And I showed Mama that video, and she was like, "Damn."
Yeah. So here's the thing: you find what you look for. And you can find a reason to do something. You can find a reason not to do something. What you look for is what you're going to find, and you're going to look for the evidence to back that up. And you'll find the evidence either way. You can find positive and negative with anything and everything because everything has a positive and negative charge to it. So when I was coming up in church, people said, rock music's of the devil. And before that, they said, going to the theater, that's of the devil. Right?
Yeah.
TV, that's of the devil. But when all these things started getting used for God,
I want to speak on
then
that.
What happened?
Yeah. Well, look at it. Like, I mean, he's the master of, he's the angel of music, right? In heaven. That's what he was. So,
you
got to understand this, that it represents something. Okay. Evil is low frequency. Evil, how can I word this? Like, there are frequencies in music
Right.
that make you mad,
Yep.
that make you sad, that the full range of emotions. If you add lyrics to those frequencies, I liked Alice in Chains my entire life. I loved grunge music. And when I started playing guitar at 12 years old, those were the songs that I was playing. And they had lyrics like, "What's my drug of choice?" And guess what? I was a heroin addict by the time I was 21. So it is evil if it's used as a weapon.
Right.
And people going to church and trying to preach all that, they don't even have their own understanding of why it's evil.
Right.
Truth. Anything? What else we got? I think I had something else a minute ago, but my brain farted.
Any questions or comments on that from the comment section there?
From the viewers, yeah. Let's see. Big Mo said something about that was a rant. Big Mo, I was going on a tangent about my belief. I'm a conspiracy fan. It's because of the feeling I have in my chest. It's a feeling. It stems from the feeling, me looking around and seeing all kinds of people profiting and big corporations winning and little people losing. And it's like, it shouldn't be like that. We should all thrive.
Well, I tell my wife all the time, I go, I don't believe that the president has ever been the president.
He's not. No. He's a puppet.
He's a puppet.
He's a puppet. And nowadays, what I know about cloning, what I've read about cloning, that fucking man is not him. You can call me crazy if you want to. The earlobe, that's not due to aging, dude. Completely different ear. Maybe it's I don't know, man. Let's not even speak on it.
Well, I don't even have, like, in politics, I'm not very wise to them. I'll be completely honest about that. Because I've always felt they were all full of garbage, no matter what side they're on.
It's a business. Yes.
But I've always felt like the true president, we don't ever actually see if there even is one. Mm-hmm. It's just a bunch
of people. The Majestic 12, anybody know
Illuminati or whatever we want to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, that's off topic. But yeah, just the conspiracy theory thing is why I brought that up.
Yeah, no, it ain't off topic. I'm going there. I want people to openly speak about it. I'm not scared to speak about it.
No, I'm not either.
You know what I mean? Well, there's people that are, don't speak, don't come kill you. No.
Right.
Try. I mean, just try. If that happened to me, I would have it on film. I've actually thought about that. You know what I mean? What if I was ever attacked? It's like, makes me want to start wearing a backed up camera with me everywhere I go on a live feed.
Right.
Good will always conquer over evil. Why? Because good is the higher frequency. And this book tells you that if you're either you're a slave to natural law, or you're using natural law to diminish the lower laws. So you take the higher laws and you use them against the lower laws. Makes complete fucking sense to me. And I'm starting to practice it now. And I can't wait till I have 10 years of experience, not only understanding the book, but applying it to my life.
Yeah. And we started off this with, the 7th predicate of willpower, being work ethic. Mm-hmm. And, to go to the biblical for just a moment, Jesus, if you look at his story, he went against everything. He went against the grain.
Yeah.
Right. And
challenging
that's
authority.
What we've got to do today. We got to go against the grain. Right. And sometimes the grain relies here. And you have to work hard to overcome that grain. That grain could be depression or sadness or fatigue or illness or whatever it is. Right. But you work hard and just change that. And that will come out in your daily life. And the reason that I brought up Jesus is because, we go through the whole story, and he's hung on the cross, and there's the crucifixion, but what did he do from day one to his last day?
He taught.
Every day.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, he taught. He led by what? Example.
Example. Yeah.
Right? He didn't lead by followership. He led by leadership.
It's amazing. I think that Vatican's sitting on the actual story. The Da Vinci Code, all that stuff is onto something. Did he have bloodline? If it was a man and his name was Yeshua,
right?
If people keep saying, no, the English translation of Yeshua is Jesus. No, the fuck it's not. It would be Joshua.
Yeah. So what a lot of people don't speak on too is Jesus died at 33, right?
Yeah.
And what was it? He didn't. He was gone for what, 12 years, or I forget exactly.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, from 12 to 33, 12. there were some missing years in that story, like 21 years.
Oh, I get you. In the Gospels. That's why there's only 4 of them. Read the Gospel of Thomas.
Right.
It wasn't discovered until 1945. That means it was untouched by the Templars. Okay? Right. They didn't have time to take anything out.
Right.
And it says at the beginning of that, he who understands, the very opening line says, he who interprets the meaning of this text shall not taste death.
Right.
It says things like, if the two make peace in this one house, meaning your thought and your emotion. Like, I studied that for a year. There's a lot that don't make sense to me. I think I'm going to revisit it because I feel like I'm evolved spiritually now, higher than I was before. So maybe stuff will stand out and I'll be able to interpret more.
Yeah, but I mean, the reason I brought that up is if there's 21 years of missing information, and 21 is the age of adulthood.
Yep.
What is the connection there? I think there's a meaning to that, but I don't know what it is, and that's a question I've had for a long time.
Oh.
Just something
21, so you're basing that off of the theology, like reading. There's 21 years of his life missing,
unaccounted for. Yeah,
right. Because the story just picks up when he's like 30, right?
Right, but guess what? What's 2 plus 1?
3.
What's 1 plus 2?
Huh?
Well, and what's 1 plus 2 or 2 plus 1?
3.
They both equal 3.
3. So the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit could literally mean. So that's like, it's like consciousness, subconscious, and then ego.
Yeah. And if you take that 3 and you subtract that from 12, what do you get?
Sorry, my brain's farting. 8, 9, 8,
9.
9,
9.
9. I'm at the peak. If anybody just knows, like, that's why I'm half of me is holding my composure together and trying to maintain, because it heightens everything. Everything that you feel when I get excited, it's double times that. When you say something that excites me, I'm like, it feels great.
Let it flow.
Yeah. Whoa, dude. Party on, Wayne.
Right.
Party on, Garth.
Wayne's World.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, guys? I'm hungry. It's been a great one. You guys join us live tomorrow. What else we got to say? Hey, go follow Coach Joe on his other account. It's called what?
Actually, I started a new account. It's called End Date Recovery.
End Date Recovery. He's trying to be niche specific. His stuff's tailored to the coaching niche. He wants to be tailored to the addiction coaching niche on this account. So you guys be sure and go follow him. Make sure he's got 6 follows by the end of this live. End Date Recovery.
Right. And then I have my my main page, and that's Coach_Joe_Peoples.
Yeah, you can click that right there under his name and follow him right now if you don't already. You should.
Follow both of us if you're not.
Yeah.
If you want to, of course.
Check out the website. There's all kind of resources on there. I'm building it. I just wrote a new blog, 11 things that I learned from playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I'm looking for some critics. I want some opinions on it. It's 11 very valuable lessons, very valuable, that took me a year of playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla to come up with. Proof that you can enjoy things and do things that everyone else says, oh, you shouldn't do that. Successful people don't play video games. I've heard that one in the personal growth niche. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, things evolve, right? Things have to evolve.
Yeah. You telling me that Mark Zuckerberg doesn't play his own invention every now and then? Or that he didn't invent all this stuff because of his love for technology and video games? Stupid paradigms that these people create in these niches, trying to come up with more content, trying to be, that's what I think it stems from, trying to be original. It's okay that everything sounds redundant and everything in the coaching niche is like based off the same stuff. It's because keep it simple, stupid. Like,
Yep.
It's easy. Follow this path. Stop trying to, this is my unique coaching strategy. I don't know. Nah, be special. Be special. I created the 9 predicates of willpower. Joe's got some powerful stuff that he's adding to that. I'm interested to know. Like, do you've got many programs that you've built for different areas of coaching, right? In the niche.
Right.
How long have you been a coach? 2 years?
No, it's going on 4 years now.
Fucking years stack up, dude.
Yeah.
Because it's daily. It's a daily commitment.
Yeah,
People don't understand when you're a coach, you really don't have. I'm experiencing this now. So I mean, and I only have like 4 clients, so it's you don't really get a day off. You got to be there. It's not a burden. You got to, but your phone's ringing, your messages in the groups going. You're consistently having conversations with people all day long, and it's coming from a place of service. Hey, Nettie, hope that you would check this out on YouTube. We're about to sign off. Same place, same time tomorrow, Big Mo. Love you, brother. You love Valhalla? Stacy, me too, dude. I'm a Viking at heart. Anything you want to add, Coach?
Just go out there and have a day filled with blessings and gratitude. Set your goals for the day. Go after those goals. Get in action. Because, like I said, feelings are great, but they don't produce. Actions produce.
Amen. Amen. The right action will change the way you feel if you don't feel like it. So just take the action. Amen. I'm going to leave you guys the same way I do every single day, by reminding you that you're full of unlimited potential and you have gifts that this world is waiting to benefit from. Go out and make it your mission to spread those gifts. I love you. You're amazing. I hope that you have an equally amazing day.